This video is going to help you complete your tiers 1, 2, and 3 tips meeting minutes. Your school will already be up here in the school name, and that cell is protected so it doesn't get changed. When you very first get your form, go ahead and put your team members in it. And you're going to use the codes up there to indicate who is who. If you're also doing a tier 3 meeting with this, then you may also have other people in the room, like counselor or whatever, and you can just type all that in after, like for each individual meeting. But these are people that will be at every single meeting. So Misty is the coach, and Vanessa is the data analyst, and Tony is, these are just family members whose names I'm using. And she'll be the minutes taker. And these don't have to be in any particular order. It's just I'm doing it in this order just to show you how to do it. So, and my other daughter will be a team member. Okay. So, what you're gonna do is make a copy of this form, and you'll make a duplicate for every one of your meetings. Rename it with however you want to rename it. I'm just going to put today's date, October 11, 2022, PBIS meeting. Okay, and then I'm ready to start my meeting. So when I have my meeting, I'll put the date, I'll put the beginning and end times, and then I'll put the location. If it's a physical location, put the school and the room number. And if it's WebEx, put the WebEx link in there. Okay, you're going to take attendance. So you're going to check off people's names if they're there. And then you'll look down here and hear the agenda items. So first you'll do your team norms. Those should be established at your first meeting, and then review at subsequent meetings. Approve previous meetings minutes. Those, if you send them out ahead of time, then you don't have to spend time going over them. People can come in and say that they approve of them or want to make changes or whatever. And then, so that goes by in like a minute flat or less. Then you're going to review today's agenda. So you're going to go through and look at all the things that you're going to be doing. These others here, you will fill in from the agenda items for next meeting at the bottom. So if there's stuff that does not fall in these categories, like you need to change the color of your tickets or anything like that, or you need to change the direction the students go into the cafeteria, whatever those other things are, they can go in there. So, okay, and then this is tier 2, and let me add this to this, and I'll fix it on the master. So anything that's tier 2 has a T2 in front of it, and tier 3 has a T3 in front of it. So the SECO Data Analyst Report, there's a worksheet available in this packet. Everyone gets it. And you can use it if you want. It's optional for your data analyst to use. Anyway, so then tier 2 is problem solving and action planning. Tier 3, new referrals. Tier 2, fading, exit, and graduation. And then you have tier 3, problem solving and action planning, fading and exit, new referrals. And then you'll do your evaluation of the meeting and closing. So I'm going to do a little fake, very short meeting here. So we've reviewed today's agenda. Now we're going to go to tier 1, previously defined problems. So here you have previously defined problems. You only use drill down data in this. This has to be data based. So I am going to be showing you guys how to do drill downs. And so you'll write who did what, where, when, and why. And then you're going to look for, I put the PBIS World thing here because just in case you need to go back to it, if something's not working, you want to try something new, I just put it there for reference. I know these are already previously defined. So the solution actions, what did you guys do? Was it preventing, and what did you do? Were you trying to extinguish a behavior, safety, that kind of thing? Then implementation, was it started yet? If it wasn't started, check that. Partial implementation, implemented or stopped. You would stop an intervention if it's causing more problems, excuse me, just ate lunch, if it's causing more problems or if it's an intervention mismatch. Okay, effectiveness of the solution. Was it worse? There was no change. They're not at goal yet, or their goal is met. The next steps. New goal, you're going to document that below. That would go in here. Continue this goal, adjust the goal, document it here, discontinue or gradual release, and then you can also document here. Your drill down data goes here, and you can add more rows to make room. So I don't have any drill down data, but I'm going to show you how I would do that if I did. So I use my my snipping tool, and I'm going to click new, and I'm just going to grab part of my Spotify that I was listening to earlier, and that's going to be my drill down data. So I'm going to click on a box, and I'm going to do Control V, or you can right click. Now notice that it overlaps the stuff here. So I have two choices. I can either shrink it down and only expand it when I need it, or I can add rows. So if I highlight row 41 and I go insert row, insert one row below, I decided I want it a little bit bigger, so I want to add more rows. Let's say I want it this big. So I'm going to go ahead and shade 2 rows. It looks like I moved it. I did. Okay. Because this is in the wrong place. And I anchored it to that row. Let's see. Can I do this? No. Okay. I made a mistake. Okay. So here's how you fix it. Undo is your best friend. Okay. Oh, I could have shrunk it back down, huh? Oh, well. Okay. So let's say I want to add 4 rows. Sorry, this is becoming more than it's becoming longer than I thought. Okay, so you want to add 2 more, if you want to add more rows. So you highlight the first 2. Wait a minute. This is not going well. Okay, so insert row. And see, now it lets you insert 2 rows. There we go. So now I can leave it kind of biggish, so I can just refer to it quickly. Anyway, all that just to show you how to insert rows. Okay, so now we've completed precise problem statement, or previously defined problem. Sorry, I always read this instead of this up here. Okay, now we're to new problems. We're going to complete this section. So new problems. Also, you must have drill down data, who did what, where, when, and why. And you're going to put that statement in here, and then your solution actions. What are you going to do? Are you going to teach the person again? Are you going to increase the rewards? Are you going to, is it to correct, extinguish, whatever? Who will do it? Who is going to be that person that implements this strategy with the student? By when? When should they do it? And when to report on integrity and effectiveness. And there should be data included in that. And then the next time when that's supposed to be done, then they would be part of the previously defined problems. You'd update it and decide what you're going to do with it. So these come up here the next time you talk about them. Okay, you have room for documentation and room for pasting your drill down. Okay, now we come up here and we check that off. If we had any others, we could do those. Let's say we had one, and it would be typed in here what it is. Okay, then Tier 2 SECO Data Analyst Report. The data analyst is going to give us this information, the percentage of students receiving Tier 2 supports. That will go in there. And this is total students receiving Tier 2 supports by status. So students that are just starting, go here. Students that are meeting goal, go here. Then Tier 2, problem solving and action planning. Possible problems could be integrity of the fidelity or integrity of the data, or integrity of implementation. Could be an intervention function mismatch, like if you have a student who doesn't want adult attention, but you've got them in SECO, that's a mismatch because SECO gives students extra attention. Or the intervention needs to be modified. So possible decisions, meeting with the teacher, changing the intervention, conduct a functional behavior analysis. So you're going to put the students' name here, the grade, whether they have an IEP or not. Oh, this needs to be resized. I'll just fix it real fast, and I'll fix it on the master later. Okay. So the identified problems in supporting data based on student support team decision rules, and then your action steps. Now these all wrap, the text wraps in these. I know the columns are weird sizes, like these could clearly be smaller, but it's based on the other columns. So I can't really change that size. So I just made these wraps so that boxes will just get longer. So what are your response actions in your next steps? Who's going to do that and by when? I left you 3 spaces here because that's kind of a good maximum number to deal with at any given meeting, especially since you're doing all 3 tiers together. This meeting's going to be long, so you don't want to do more than 3 students. You can do less than that, but I wouldn't do more than 3. Any documentation you need to put goes here. Any drill down data goes here. Okay, oops, and then I'm going to go up and check these off. Let's see, SECO data analyst report, problem solving and action planning. Okay, tier 2, new referrals. So, oh, those are in the wrong order up there. I got to fix that. Okay, so new referrals. Actually, let's do this. We'll go to fading and graduation. I just realized I need to renumber these too. I just created these because I realized I needed them. So I just kind of did it real fast because I'm past my personal due date on getting these out. Okay, so new referrals. Let's do fading, exit, and graduation first. So exit can occur if the intervention is a mismatch or when self-management goals have been met for 4+ weeks. So if a student either needs a change in their plan or they're doing well and it's time to start fading them, or it's time to exit or graduate them, that's who goes here. So you're going to put student name, the grade, if they have an IEP or not, supporting data. You're going to also document below. Are you going to fade them or exit them? And then the response actions and next steps. Who's going to do that and by when? Okay, drill down data goes here as usual. Okay, once you've done fading and exit and graduation, then you're going to go to your new referrals. So possible sources, Swiss data. You could have gone through your data and gone, this student needs tier 2 supports, a teacher nomination, or a request for assistance form from a parent or a student that requests more help with their behavior. So the standard procedure would be by referral, by assessment, and determination within 48 hours, parent/student notification, and the parent/student introduction, and then you begin SECO. So these are the steps. Get the referral, do the assessment, determine within 48 hours, parent-student notified, parent-student given an introduction meeting, and then you begin it. Sorry, I did that twice. Okay, so you're going to put the student name, the grade, if they have an IEP or not, the referral date, referral source and relevant information. So if it was a parent request or whatever, response actions and next steps, who's going to do that and by when. Any documentation you need goes here. Any drill down data can go there. Okay, so we finished the exiting and the new students, the new referrals. So we're going to check that off. And now we're going to tier 3, problem solving and action planning. So for tier 3, remember, this is individualized. So this is where you'll have the social workers join you, things like that, or whatever applies to that student. So the individualized problem solving and action planning. So possible problems could be integrity of the data, integrity of implementation, intervention function mismatch, intervention needs to be modified. Possible decisions, meet with the teacher, change the intervention, conduct an FBA. Usually for tier 3, they've already had an FBA conducted. But if it hasn't been done yet, then it would be done. Okay, so student name, grade, if they have an IEP or not. Again, I'm going to adjust this row. Come on. There we go. Identified problems in supporting data based on student support team decision rules, response actions and next steps, who's going to do that and by when, documentation goes here, drill down data goes here. Okay, then Tier 3 students, anybody need fading or exit or graduation? All decisions should align with the individual student support team's decision rules and recommendations. Student name goes here, their grade, if they have an IEP or not. Supporting data, you can also document here. Are you fading or exiting? Response actions and next steps, who and by when. Okay, if you have any system updates or anything that would be like, somebody decides that you need a new mini fridge in the meeting room, you would put that there. Just kidding. Okay, agenda items for the next meeting. This can be populated as you go through the meeting. Like if somebody thinks of something and say, let's talk about this next meeting, you can make a note of it down here. And I forgot to check these off. Okay. Oh, missed my new referrals. Where did that go? For tier 3. It got left out. So you will have a new referral section, which is just like the new referrals for tier 2, but we're keeping all the tiers separate. Okay, then you're going to do your evaluation of your meeting. You're going to just check these off as you answer them. Remember, if you say so, or no, you need to say how you're going to fix it for next time. And then you're going to put the next meeting, the beginning and ending time, and the location, either a physical location in there or a WebEx link. Ignore that tutorial down there. I got to get rid of that. That's where your tutorial will be. Okay, so that is how you complete a tiers 1, 2, and 3 tips form.